Hi, I'm Frankie, and in this video, I'll be sharing how you can publish a multi-agent workflow from Microsoft Foundry to M365 Copilot and Microsoft Teams. Let's dive right in. I'm in the newest version of Microsoft Foundry, and I have this workflow pulled up which creates a title and a description for a YouTube video. I give it some sort of prompt, and then I have a YouTube title generator agent. The YouTube description generator agent creates a title, it creates a description. I have another agent that then edits the title and description that are generated. And then I prompt the user and ask, do you like this? Or do you want to make any changes? The user can then offer some sort of change that it wants, and it'll go back through the workflow to generate a new title, description, a new editing of that new title and description until the user approves by typing yes. Then that title and description is emailed to the user so that they can get access to it and easily use it for a YouTube video. So this is the example workflow we'll be using. If you want to see how this workflow is put together, I'll add a link to how to put that together in the video and in the description. To get started with publishing, we just have to go up to here to the top where it says publish. This is publish button. Then we can see right now it's currently not published. I can click Publish as Workflow App. If I were to try to click this, I can't do that because first you must do two stages of publishing. The first stage is just publishing it as a identity within Microsoft Azure, where it's going to get its own Microsoft Entra identity. So that's what we're learning about right here to make it production ready. I'll click Publish. Once this publishing process is done, I'll then have an endpoint that I can use to reference the workflow if I wanted to encode, specifically call my workflow. However, we are going to reference this in M365 Copilot or Microsoft Teams, so we're going to take it one step further to publish it to Teams in M365 Copilot. This is your endpoint that you could use if you want to access this via code. There's documentation on that here on how to call agents with the different types of protocols that are available. This is the responses protocol, so this is where you would actually call your workflow, and there's a little bit less access so that there's more security if somebody were to get a hold of that endpoint and just start making calls to your workflow. In code, before it is published, there's more endpoints that are available that you can access. And in this published state, there is less access for someone who has this URL. I'll leave a link to that in the description. So we're going to take this one step further, go to Publish to Teams in M365 Copilot. So we are going to have to create a new bot service. The bot service is what's used behind the scenes to actually make your workflow available on M365 Copilot or Microsoft Teams. First, I'm going to put in the name though, because the name, if I put in a name and then create the bot will be similar to my name. So I'll just call this YouTube title description generator. I'll leave the version. Always make sure you update the version here when you make changes and you republish it. If you don't, you'll get an error. Put in some info here. Doesn't have to be perfect. You can change this later when you update it. Putting some dummy info here in here. Got to create the bot service. My bot service is created. I have a title now for it. Now I can prepare the workflow. You could download the zip for your workflow if you want to get access to it and test it and use it before you published it to M365 Copilot and Teams. The publishing scope, do you want only people within your organization to access it, or do you want it to be more widely available? I'm okay with it being more widely available, so I will leave the shared scope and then submit to Teams and M365 Copilot Store. Now, at the time of recording, this might change, but after I hit publish, I don't see some sort of notification saying, hey, your publish is successful, you're done, congratulations. I do see a published here at the top for my workflow. And if I go over to publish now, I can see it's published. Currently V9 is published. I can view details if I want to see that endpoint again. And if I want to publish again to Microsoft 365 Copilot and Teams, I can do that as well if I have any updates. To see if this worked, I can pull up my M365 Copilot online, which you can get to by typing in m365.cloud.microsoft. And once you're there, I see my list of agents, and I can see my YouTube title description generator here in the list. I can also go to all agents and see that my most recent agent is the agent I just published here. So if I click this, close my list of agents, give this a try, give me a title and description of a YouTube video that talks about how to publish a multi-agent workflow to M365. So it should give us a title, a description. We'll be able to approve it by typing yes, or we can make any changes. I see some titles, description, some keywords. I see a best title, best description, asking if I approve. I'll type yes. I get a response, the email has been sent successfully. So everything seems to be working for my workflow if I want to see this in Microsoft Teams. If I want to see this in Microsoft Teams, I can open up Microsoft Teams, go to the Copilot section, and I'll see my list of agents because it's within the M365 Copilot that is within Teams here. Lastly, it's helpful to know that when you publish agents in Microsoft Foundry, you publish them the same way currently if you want to publish them to M365 Copilot. And if you have any issues with access or permissions, there's this documentation on the prerequisites that might involve some role permissions that you need to assign. I'll include this link in the description. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below. I answer every comment to help as many people as I can. If this video was helpful for you, I'd appreciate it if you liked the video and subscribe to this channel if you want to see more content like this. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one.